Alright, so today we're talking about your vagus nerve. So your vagus nerve is one of the 12 specialized nerves that come out of your brainstem called the cranial nerves. And this nerve is special because this nerve actually goes into all of your internal organs. So one of the reasons that we care about this is because it helps us to measure the balance of something called your autonomic nervous system. So your autonomic nervous system consists of the sympathetic nervous system, which is the system gets turned on when you get stressed out, and it helps us to either fight or escape from danger. The parasympathetic nervous system is a system that turns on whenever you're eating, whenever you're getting ready for sleep, or whenever you're getting ready to breathe. So we call it the feed and breathe nervous system, and it helps us to become more relaxed, and it gets us into more of a healing physiology. So that's why it's important to us, because the higher the vagus nerve activity is, the higher your parasympathetic nervous system is working, and the more your parasympathetic nervous system works, then the better your body is able to heal from things even as severe as cancer, heart disease, and stroke. So one of the cool things that we see is that when we take care of people and we get their head and neck balanced, we actually can see improvements in someone's vagus nerve activity and parasympathetic activity. So we monitor this when we're taking care of people with concussions, because we know that people with concussions tend to have lower vagus nerve activity. And we also know that people with lower vagus nerve activity tend to develop something called dysautonomia, where that parasympathetic and sympathetic balance gets thrown off kilter. So one of the ways that you could actually measure this activity is measuring something called heart rate variability. So heart rate variability measures the small little intervals between each of our heartbeats, because classically we've always thought of your heart rate as being something like a metronome, where the heart rate is very consistent over time. The truth of the matter is your heart rate is changing almost every single second of the day, and by measuring these changes, we could actually get a window into the physiology of your body. Now, classically, we've only been able to measure HRV, heart rate variability, by using things like EKGs. Now, technology has made it much more accessible, so apps like HeartMath and M-Wave have actually been able to let us measure heart rate variability with relatively cheap technology. And now with smartphones, we could actually measure heart rate variability from the comfort of your own home. So the app that I use to measure heart rate variability is called HRV for Training, and you can get some information about that from the link attached to this video. So HRV for Training is cool because you could take your finger, just place it over the camera part of your smartphone, hold it there for a minute or 2 minutes depending on your settings, and you can actually get a decent window of what your heart rate variability looks like. The higher your heart rate variability, the more your vagus nerve is being active. The lower your heart rate variability, the more your sympathetic nervous system is being active. That's a general guideline. So when you are measuring this, you can take these measurements day after day, and you can actually see what something like a good night's sleep does for your vagus nerve. You could measure what a night of drinking can do to your vagus nerve, or you can measure what things do like exercise or even chiropractic adjustments and see how that affects your vagus nerve activity. So why is this important? Because it can help you dictate, all right, if your heart rate variability and your vagus nerve activity is high, then maybe that means it's a good day to go full gorilla in your training. Or if your heart rate variability is low, that might mean that you might want to take some extra time to recover. You could also use this as a way to measure what interventions are working for you. So you could actually see, is my chiropractic adjustments, is it affecting my HRV in a positive way? Or is exercise and whatever regimen that you're putting on, or meditation, or your sleep habits, is that serving me or is it harming me? So using this technology, you could actually take better control over your health outcomes, because you actually have a unique metric that's easily measurable that you could use to determine what